Okay, so I've just been looking at my 4AGE here, and I discovered that it's leaking a rather large amount of oil from the bottom of the engine here. So decided to have a bit of a closer inspection and discovered that this seal that belongs in there, well, essentially it's gotten quite hard, hence it's leaking oil. And that there's a damage from yanking the thing out. So we'll pop a new seal in, and with a bit of luck, I would have fixed this horrendous oil leak this poor thing's had. You can see down back there. This is after it's been somewhat cleaned. It's just oil everywhere. What's so bad, it was coating up the exhaust pipe. So I guess there's a bit more cleaning involved, but at least we've managed to track the oil leak down. Right, so we've thumbed the engine up here. You see that there's that little dot up here. It's lining up with that mark up there. And the same up here for the inlet cams. And if you have a look down there, you can see the two lines lining up on the crank pulley down, right down at the bottom there. So next step is we'll feed the cam belt back around again and make sure we get it all timed up. Right, so I've now fed the cam belt around while ensuring that I still keep the marks lined up. I'll show you this one here as well. You can see it. Yeah, this one's lined up with on the back there. I'll put a light on it. Normally you'd remove the radiator hose, but I don't want to drain the cooling system, so. And then obviously make sure that it's still lined up down the bottom. What we'll do is come down underneath here. Oh dear. And this is you'll see that all the slack's on this side of the belt. Well, I've put all the slack there. That's not good. But what I've done is I've pre-tensioned the tensioner. What I'm going to do now is I'm just going to undo the tensioner bolt. And you'll notice that the tensioner has now pulled up all that tension up there. So we've got now no tension. And once you've done that, you can obviously tighten up the tensioner bolt. And if you've done it that way, in theory, the belt should be the correct tension. Now the rule of thumb is, you always find the longest side with the lead. This side will be the longest. And see if you can turn it 90 degrees. And in this case, I can turn it 90 degrees. Tension's good. The next step is obviously to turn the engine around a couple of times to make sure that the marks line up again. And from there we'll start going on assembling. Right, so I've turned the engine over at least twice. What you want to do is you want to make sure that the marks line up again. Now, the one down the bottom is not that visible anymore. Put the light on it a bit better there. So your bottom marks lined up, and the ones on the top is lined up still. So, and then it's also a good time to recheck that tension on that belt. I'm checking it just from the top. I'll just check that. See. Basically, what I do is I see if I can turn this belt 90 degrees, and if I can, that's good. If we can turn more than 90 degrees, well then it's too slack and you need to add some more. But this one happens to be all good. I'll show you the next bit as I get to it. Right, so here's a hint for those of you that's doing this. Cleanliness first. So I've spent a bit of time and I've cleaned all of these components up, especially these two covers, since they are the first two that's going back. Another hint is to water pump pulley, put that on first. Doesn't go in, doesn't come out, with a cover in place. So it'll be a bit clearer when you do it, but anyway. So the other thing is, see the timing marks up there? That bit of twink, brighten them up, so when you're trying to do timing, you can actually see the numbers. Makes setting timing a lot easier, and looks great. Alright, so first thing is that thing gotta go on, and you've got to make sure that you get the slot lined up, and in such a way that it's not going to damage the belt. And then this guy goes on. I'll just line them up. There we go. Yeah, and we'll stick the bolts in. There we go, all back in there. Now some of you might ask why clean it. Well, simple reason is that if there's possibly a leak, still a leak, at least now you'll be able to see where it's coming from. What I'll do now is I'll put this guy in before I put that guy in. One way I've learnt is that if that cover is in place, there's just not enough room to take the water pump pulley off. So what I'll do is I'll just put this in place, and then we'll feed the cover past and then put the bolts in. So it makes it a little bit easier, believe it or not. Pretty much we just hook the cover, the pulley on like that. I don't know if you can see it. Let's see if we can get a picture there. So you can see there, it's just pretty dark down here, but just hook it on the side, and then you get this cover passed, and when you finish, you can put the 4 bolts in for the pulley, and it's not such a hard fight then. Right. Now the idea is we're gonna attach that pulley to the water pump. As you can imagine, since it's got guys like this to put in there, lining the holes up will be quite difficult. Get yourself one of these. Basically, all I do is I screw it into one of the holes, and then I feed the pulley over it. That's what I'm talking about. Just realign it. See, because I put that little stud in there, it's nice and easy to line up all of those other bolts. So all we have to do now is just feed them in, and when we finish, we take the guy out and pop your uncle. Okay, we're going to check the timing, and you'll notice that I've left a whole heap of gear off. I'm just going to check the timing, and I've left all the the cover off here and the belts off, because it's pretty hard to see down there. We'll just start her up. I've hooked up the timing lock, so you can see what it looks like. As you can see, there's a little marker. Well, that's the timing. And currently, we want it 20 degrees. I suppose at the end of the day, it is quite cold, so it's going to run extra time. All running again. So what I'll do is I'll keep an eye on it for the next week or so and make sure that it doesn't start leaking again.